David not only confessed in his music, but he confessed in his attire. He went from wearing a white dress shirt with a skinny black tie to then wearing a dress shirt that was bloody with a handprint.
The TikTok singer David just blew up online again, but this time it's not because of a new hit song. The internet's going wild over some disturbing claims surrounding him, and what's coming out now has everyone questioning what's real and what's not. Just a heads up, everything mentioned here is alleged for legal reasons, and this video dives into some serious and sensitive topics. Viewer discretion advised. So, who exactly is David? Some might not know him by name, but almost everyone's heard his tracks. He's the artist behind viral TikTok hits like Romantic Homicide and Here With Me. His music's all over the app. Those emotional beats and moody vibes are impossible to miss. When I was looking deeper into his story, I realized I had already liked a few of his videos before all this madness began. He actually came up grinding from the bottom. No fancy studio, no big label, just him and the BandLab app. Basically a simpler version of GarageBand. That's how he built his sound from scratch, and people respected him for that hustle. But recently everything flipped. A few weeks back, some shocking allegations started to surface. Reports say a body was discovered inside a car, and that car allegedly belonged to David.
Okay, so this is David, or D4vd.
What's going on, everybody? This is D4vd.
His birth name is David Anthony Burke, and he was born in New York but raised in Texas with his mom, his dad, his little sister, and his little brother. He grew up in church, did martial arts, he was homeschooled, and he played video games, specifically Fortnite. Now, in regards to this video game playing, David had goals of becoming a streamer.
At first, most people thought he was being framed, that someone was trying to destroy his career right as he was hitting superstar status. At first, people swore that someone must have planted that body in David's car, that it was some kind of setup. But once the victim was officially identified, things took a wild turn. Suddenly, the internet exploded with claims, all alleged, of course, linking David directly to the victim. Now, we're not saying any of this is proven, but the online detectives have been working overtime. Folks started digging up what they call connections between David and the victim, and the list just keeps growing. Honestly, it's shocking how deep these links allegedly go. And here's where it gets even more eerie. Fans went back to rewatch David's old music videos. And now, knowing what's being alleged, they hit completely different. In several of them, he's wearing a white shirt covered in red stains, and people can't stop pointing that out. Some even noticed that the actress in his video looks almost identical to the woman found in that car. Now sure, that could just be a total coincidence. We have to say that for legal reasons. But the timing and visuals are just too strange for people to ignore. His lyrics too now sound a whole lot darker when you replay them today. Meanwhile, authorities aren't sitting back. Reports say David's been cooperating fully with investigators, probably why his home was searched and evidence was collected. Officials confirmed that he'll be questioned again soon since he's the registered owner of the vehicle involved. They're now tracing his movements, checking cell records, and piecing together where he's been during the critical timeline. Something big's definitely unfolding here, and everyone's watching every move. When the body was discovered, David wasn't even in town. He was out on tour, performing those same songs that are now under a whole new spotlight. It's chilling when you think about it, because while he was on stage singing about heartbreak and pain, the internet was exploding with talk about what might have happened behind the scenes.
15-year-old girl body was found in David's car, and people knew about their relationship, and she was missing for over a year and a half and nobody spoke up. Celeste was missing since April 2024. When she was 12, she was talking to David, who was 18 at the time. She was one of David's mods in the Discord. And yes, there's photo surfacing of him streaming with her. And of course, people didn't speak up about the situation until her body was found in the back of David's car. They had matching tattoos. He did write a song about her, but it was unreleased. Celeste's mom knew that she was dating someone named David, but she didn't know that it was the singer David.
After the news broke, his track Romantic Homicide suddenly shot back up the charts. Not because of love, but because everyone started streaming it again, trying to decode the lyrics. The tragedy surrounding this young woman made the whole situation feel even heavier, and fans can't stop replaying the song looking for hidden meaning. Now, not much has been confirmed about the girl's identity, but there's heavy speculation that she may have had some kind of relationship with David. Photos, alleged screenshots, and rumored DMs have been circulating online, especially on Discord and Twitter, showing supposed conversations between the two. But it's important to say this clearly. None of that has been officially verified. Screenshots can be faked, and the truth hasn't been confirmed by any official source yet. Still, the amount of content out there connecting the two is wild. It feels like every hour, someone's uncovering a new angle or finding another supposed clue. And honestly, it's only scratching the surface of what might really be going on. As for his music, there's another layer. His videos and visuals are now being dissected frame by fans and bloggers alike. The smallest details, from props to background shots, are getting attention like never before. And people are convinced there's way more symbolism in them than anyone realized at first. Earlier, we mentioned how strange some of David's videos look now, and here's where things start getting really unsettling. In one of his clips, fans say it looks like he's putting a body into a car.
I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died. And I didn't even cry, not a single tear. I killed you. So it's not like the thought of her is gone by itself was something that she did. It was something that I decided to do. And I killed her in the back of my mind.
The same kind of car where a real body was later discovered. That eerie connection alone has the internet going crazy. But it doesn't stop there. Across his visuals, David keeps casting women who all look almost identical to the victim. Same face, same vibes, same energy. It's uncanny. People can't believe how close the resemblance is, and that sparked even more speculation about whether those choices were intentional or just creepy coincidences. Then there are the lyrics, full of dark themes, violent lines, and chilling phrases about revenge and loss. Fans are revisiting his songs and pointing out how many verses seem to reference pain, guilt, or someone's disappearance. And if that's not enough, there's talk of a leaked, unreleased track that allegedly used the girl's real name in the title. People who've heard it say it's haunting, way too personal to brush off as just another song. Now, all of this is still alleged, but it keeps getting stranger.
We know about the David situation compiled into one video. So the music video for his song Romantic Homicide was posted on the birthday of the girl that was found in his car. Which, speaking of that girl and his music videos, he has used a girl in his videos that looks suspiciously similar to the girl that was found in his car. David also has a leaked song called Celeste where he talks about being obsessed with the girl called Celeste. The girl found in David's Tesla was named, you guessed it, Celeste. There are also different photos that are released of David in person with this Celeste girl, you know, the one that was found in his car. The mom of the Celeste girl said that she was dating a guy named David before she went missing. David and the girl that was found in his car both share a matching tattoo on the same finger. There are also pictures coming out allegedly showing David paying people off to not talk about the fact that he is into younger girls.
The spotlight has also turned to David's Discord server, where he's been known to argue with fans and share random thoughts. Screenshots have been circulating online showing heated messages that supposedly hint at his connection to the girl. But again, and this part's important, none of those screenshots are confirmed. Some people on Twitter claim hackers broke into his account and found private DMs, but there's no solid proof. It could all be fake, and until investigators verify anything, it's just speculation running wild. Still, the coincidences piling up have everyone's attention, and they're getting harder and harder to ignore. People online have even been messaging Celeste's brother, trying to get answers, which honestly feels like crossing a serious line. The family's already going through enough pain, and dragging them into internet drama just isn't right. Still, rumors keep spinning nonstop, and the situation keeps getting more heartbreaking by the day. Now here's where it gets even darker. According to a recent article, the body that was found had already started to decompose, meaning it had likely been inside that car for a long time. That detail changed everything, because if that timeline's accurate, it makes David's "I was on tour" defense a whole lot weaker. And this part's tough to hear.
There's also the fact that the lyrics of Romantic Homicide, one of his most popular songs, kind of eerily mirror the situation that he's in now. Now, the only defense that David really had that he didn't do this was the fact that he's on tour. But the more evidence that comes out, the more that alibi.
The car was apparently discovered because of the odor. Authorities were called after people nearby reported a terrible smell. When they checked, that's when they made the grim discovery. It's tragic beyond words. Celeste had been missing for over a year, and her family had no closure until now. The idea that all of this was unfolding while David was out performing around the world just breaks hearts everywhere. David had built quite a name for himself before all this. He was seen hanging around other big names in the industry, even taking photos with major artists. His popularity soared after dropping hit after hit, and some stars, including Billie Eilish and others, had reposted his content in the past. But now, fans are flooding those celebs' pages, demanding answers or assuming they knew something, which makes no sense. These people just took a picture or shared a song. That doesn't mean they had any clue what was happening behind the scenes. And then there's another layer. Several live stream clips have resurfaced where fans claim you can see David subtly pushing a girl, allegedly Celeste, out of the camera's view whenever she appeared in the frame. Whether that means anything or not, people online are treating every small detail like a major clue. The internet's turning into a full-blown investigation zone, and every new clip, comment, or photo is fueling more questions than answers. This whole situation has so many layers, it's unreal. And honestly, seeing people blame random celebrities or fans just because they don't like David is messed up. That kind of mob behavior is just wrong. You can't accuse someone off pure emotion. Still, the drama keeps growing, especially after one clip went viral showing something that really got people talking.
Spelled D4vd, a 20-year-old Houston-raised artist who blew up on TikTok with his song Romantic Homicide, a sleeper hit with over 1.6 billion streams on Spotify that opened the door for him to a major record deal, global recognition, tours, and major brand collabs. On the surface, he was just a young star living the dream life, but about a week ago, Los Angeles police made a discovery, one that would soon be connected to David himself. On September 8th, 2025, police in Los Angeles found a decomposed body inside a Tesla, and that Tesla was registered to a David Burke, which turned out to be popular singer David himself. According to reports, workers at an impound lot noticed a foul odor coming from the car. When they opened up the Tesla's trunk, they discovered human remains stuffed inside a bag. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner described her as a female about 5'2", weighing just 71 pounds, which equals to 32 kilograms for my international viewers.
In that video, which again is alleged, David appears to push someone, believed by many to be the same girl, out of the camera's view during a live stream. You can literally see him motioning like, move over, and suddenly she's gone from the frame. The video's racked up over 1 million likes, and it's spreading across every platform like wildfire. People can't stop analyzing it, trying to figure out if it's genuine or edited. Now, even if, by some wild chance, David truly had nothing to do with what happened and someone else was responsible for what ended up in his car, there's still a huge issue people can't ignore. It's being alleged that he was involved romantically with someone way younger than him, and that alone has completely shattered his image. His reputation's hanging by a thread, and there's no way this ends without serious fallout.
She had wavy black hair, metal stud earrings, a yellow bracelet, and a tattoo on her right index finger that literally read, shh, like, shh, quiet. At the time, her name wasn't released, but those details alone were shocking as they were considering who this car was connected to. The LAPD confirmed the vehicle had been sitting in the yard for days, and they even had to call David himself, who was on tour at the time, to inform him that his car had a body inside of it. And David was cooperating with the police and claimed he had no knowledge of what they found.
As for David himself, he's gone quiet in some places, but not everywhere. On his main accounts, comments are now turned off. They were flooded with thousands of messages like, what happened? And did he really do it? Before being shut down completely. But here's the twist. Internet sleuths found another account linked to him, where the comments are still open. And on that page, there's a video that's got everyone talking. It shows him cleaning a shoe, and fans can't stop guessing what that scene might mean. Whether symbolic or something else entirely, it's only adding to the mystery that keeps growing by the day. In one of David's videos, the caption under his clip said something like, I love cleaning shoes in my spare time. But that post sent social media into chaos. Viewers instantly flooded the comments asking, is that her shoe? The timing and tone just didn't sit right with people, and it only added more fuel to the speculation. What makes it worse is how strange some of his other TikToks are. Fans started digging through his old posts and noticed a pattern. Lots of dark themes, cryptic captions, and even reposts that seem to hint at violence. Nothing's been confirmed, of course, but it's eerie how much his content seems to line up with the rumors.
But while that was happening, the fallout started hitting him hard. Clothing brand Hollister, who had just launched a campaign with David, pulled his images from their website and seemingly ended their relationship with the singer quietly. And at the same time, the internet was asking a lot of questions, right? How did this young, popular artist with no history of violence suddenly get tied to something this disturbing? For the past week, things have been up in the air with no real answers, but what's come out since then changes.
Over on Twitter, the situation's just as messy. The platform is full of threads connecting David to Celeste, and some of the posts have crossed serious boundaries. There's been borderline harassment toward her family, especially after users allegedly tracked down her brother's account and started messaging him directly. Some even posted screenshots of their private conversations with him, which feels incredibly invasive and wrong. It's heartbreaking to see the family being dragged through this public storm. They deserve space to grieve and process everything without strangers demanding answers or chasing clout. People need to remember that behind all this online drama, there are real lives and real pain involved. The respectful thing would be to just let them heal instead of making it worse. On top of that, more screenshots have surfaced from Discord chats where David supposedly claimed he had a child with the girl in question. But again, that's only an allegation, and there's zero verified proof. Anyone can fake Discord messages, and if anything like that did exist, it's likely been deleted by now. Still, the fact that these kinds of claims are even being discussed shows just how deep the internet's obsession with this case has gone. Every new discovery seems to make things more confusing, and the line between fact and rumor is getting thinner by the day. Once again, let's make this clear. None of those alleged Discord messages have been confirmed as real. Some screenshots floating around look convincing, but until verified by authorities, they could easily be fake. There's way too much misinformation spreading, so take every post with a grain of salt. One tweet that recently went viral summed up a lot of people's frustration. It said, "A female artist does one small thing and gets canceled instantly, but a man faces serious allegations and somehow gets more popular." That hit a nerve online because right after these accusations surfaced, David's numbers skyrocketed. Reports show he jumped 63 spots on Spotify's global top artist chart, landing around number 90. It's crazy, but not for the reason people think. Some are furious, assuming fans are supporting him despite the claims, but others argue it's not about idolizing him at all. Instead, people are streaming his songs, trying to analyze the lyrics and pick apart every hidden meaning.
A week after the news broke, we finally got confirmation of who that person was. According to NBC News, the victim was identified through forensics as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. Celeste had been reported missing out of Lake Elsinore back in April of 2024. According to authorities, she left her home around 9 p.m. one evening and never came back. Her family put out flyers, posted her photos, and pleaded for anyone with information to come forward so their baby girl could be brought home. At the time of her disappearance, she had last been seen wearing gray pants, a black sweater, and Hello Kitty sandals. So when police connected the remains inside David's Tesla to Celeste through forensic testing, it wasn't just a tragic discovery. It was the end of a year-long search her family had been desperately holding on.
Everyone's searching for clues, like amateur detectives trying to figure out what's real and what's not. That explains the sudden spike. Curiosity, not loyalty. Still, it's unsettling how controversy can push someone's name higher on the charts. It shows how online attention, even for dark reasons, can twist the system completely. And here's something even creepier. People noticed that David's TikTok profile picture is a Hello Kitty figure covered in red stains. That might sound harmless at first, but fans quickly realized that Celeste, the alleged victim, was known for loving Hello Kitty and wearing merch with it all the time. The resemblance sent chills through the internet. Now, whether that profile image means anything or not, it definitely feels unsettling considering everything going on. Some call it a twisted coincidence, others think it's a silent message. Either way, it adds yet another disturbing layer to an already bizarre story. Right now, everyone's watching and dissecting every little detail. His songs, his posts, even his emojis. The deeper people look, the more suspicious the whole thing starts to feel. Here it is, the profile everyone's been talking about. The image shows a Hello Kitty figure, its face partially covered, wearing a white shirt, the same kind David's often seen in throughout his videos, and splattered with red stains. The symbolism is impossible to ignore, and it's definitely not helping his image right now. At this point, it's hard to imagine his reputation ever fully recovering. The internet's already made up its mind, and it doesn't look good for him. Every day, new theories, clips, and posts keep flooding social media, twisting the story even further. And while some of what's being shared might hold truth, a lot of it clearly doesn't, which is why it's important to stay cautious.
My Spotify to go see how many of his songs I had liked, and I had like 10 of them. I didn't know I was that big of a David fan. Apparently I was. I was more than I thought. And I was listening back to all of them, and almost all of them sound super creepy. There's the one where he's like, "You need to run away from me." If I was a 13-year-old, yeah, I don't want to end up in your trunk. I liked all but 2 of his songs. Not because, like, I wanted to cancel him or whatever, but because those were the only 2 upbeat songs of his that I liked that didn't creep me out. It was the one of them that only one I can remember is the one they made for Invincible. You could walk up to my mom and slap her in the face. If you made that song, I'm still gonna like it on Spotify.
People online will do anything for attention, especially when a story like this goes viral. That means fake evidence, false timelines, and even edited screenshots can spread like wildfire. I've already seen countless posts on Twitter getting fact-checked or deleted after being exposed as made up. So if you're trying to understand what's really going on, stick to verified reports and reliable sources instead of chasing every random thread or rumor that pops up. Still, it's wild how fast misinformation travels. Every little update becomes another headline, and half the people sharing it don't even know where it started. That's why this case has become such a tangled mess. No one knows what's genuine anymore. As for David's fan base, it's tough to say what's left of it. Some loyal followers are still defending him online, while others have already turned their backs. Whether his audience is small or massive, one thing's certain. This situation has changed everything for him, and the road back to any kind of normal looks almost impossible right now. I understand that some people really don't want to believe any of this could be true, and honestly, who would? But at the same time, pretending none of it could possibly be real isn't helping either. Maybe the whole situation turns out differently. Maybe it's not what it seems, but even then, there are just too many strange details lining up for people to ignore anymore. Like one person online said perfectly, there are just way too many weird factors connected to this story. It's easily one of the most unsettling things ever discussed on this channel. Every new discovery just adds another creepy layer, and the deeper you dig, the more disturbing it gets. There's even a live stream clip floating around that has people completely shaken. It allegedly shows David sitting next to the same girl, though nothing's confirmed. And at one point, she jokes about something that sounds like, "You shouldn't mess with E-kids," and right after that, he ends the stream instantly. The timing is chilling, and that clip alone has sparked thousands of theories online.
Hate to tell you, but the rest of them, 90% of his music, now that I listen to it, it's so slow and creepy that I can't help but think, wow, this sure sounds like the soundtrack to being stuck in a car trunk and melting as an adolescent. That's what this sounds like. I know a lot of people are saying we should give him the benefit of the doubt because he's been working with the police and whatnot, and hey, maybe he didn't do it. There's a lot of really weird.
Unfortunately, we can't show that footage here because his music was playing in the background, and it'd get flagged for copyright. But trust me, people who've seen it say it's one of the creepiest videos they've ever come across. The more you watch his old content, the music videos, the live streams, the random posts, the darker the whole picture starts to look. It's disturbing on so many levels, and it honestly leaves you feeling sick. No matter what's proven or not, it's just a sad and disappointing situation for everyone involved. Personally, I was never a die-hard fan of David. Like most people, I'd heard his big hits and thought his style was cool, but that's it. I'd listen to his music occasionally, not obsessively. And now, looking back, it's hard to separate the art from all these unsettling allegations. The whole thing feels tainted, and the creepiness just keeps getting harder to ignore. I'll be real. I used to think Romantic Homicide was solid, even if plenty of people weren't into his sound. But knowing the possible context now, it hits way different. The vibe feels unsettling, and I'm not spinning that track anymore, period. If anything here ever gets confirmed, I'm out for good. The music can't drown out the weight of these allegations. What crushes me most is the family's pain. She went missing in 2024, and that's a full year of not knowing, searching, and hoping against hope. Imagine carrying that kind of weight day after day. It's heartbreaking, and all I want is for them to get peace and space to heal without the internet breathing down their necks. Please let them move in private and figure things out with the proper authorities, not public noise. Also, can we chill with the clout chasing and rumor mill energy on Twitter and everywhere else? Don't message the family for content, don't twist their words, and don't parade private DMs for likes. That's not journalism. That's disrespect. If you care about the truth, step back and let the process work without turning their grief into a spectacle. And remember, screenshots can lie, and Discord receipts are easy to fake, whether they look pro-David or anti-David. Treat every leak like unverified chatter until there's real confirmation from credible sources, because when a story blows up this big, the fakes multiply fast. Stay sharp, check dates, check sources, and keep your empathy turned on, because real people are living through this, and that matters more than any viral thread. At the end of the day, we can all agree, none of this is right, whether it's moral or not. The truth is that when stories like this explode, people are going to talk, twist, and speculate. That's just how the internet moves. But the least we can do is stay cautious, think critically, and focus on the facts instead of spreading more chaos. This whole situation is heartbreaking and deeply disturbing. There's no other way to put it. My heart genuinely goes out to the families involved, and I hope they find some kind of peace after all this. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to hear what you think about this one. Stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next one.